Welcome to the next project. This is episode 4 of our Epiphone Les Paul that needed a new neck. We've made a new neck. We have now attached it to a body. Let's see how all that happened as we start the next project. All the little things. I am about to stamp or attempt to stamp the serial number in the back of the new headstock / neck. I'm going to be hopefully replicating the numbers in the correct order that were on the original broken neck. I've done some testing and I realized you have to make sure that the number is right side up and not sideways and all that good stuff. So we're going to throw caution to the wind and start pounding some numbers into the back of the headstock. Oh, why do I do this? It's fun, isn't it? Since I work on everything kind of out of order and it's all based on how much time I have on hand at any given moment, I decided to go ahead and start prepping frets for this neck. Now, this is not a complete fret job, it's not level and crown and the whole bit at this point. It's really just getting the fret slots cleaned out, getting the fret slots prepped, getting the frets cut to length, getting the tang nipped back, a lot of that early prep work. And we will be pressing them in here in just a moment. So I'm using a couple different big brand tools. I got the StewMac cutters out. Also have the StewMac tang nippers. This is a no brand little 3-sided V file. I'm using Jescar 51100 stainless steel fret wire, a medium viscosity super glue, or CA. I've used thin CA before just because that's all I had. The problem with thin CA, as soon as you tap a fret with a hammer, that stuff sprays all over. So I used medium thickness CA this time. Didn't have any problem when I was tapping the frets in. Here we go. This is a bird's eye view. And here comes the applicator. I squished the end of that little extension applicator so it would fit down in the fret slot, and I kind of flattened it a little bit. That way it goes right in there. The tang is nipped just a little bit narrower than the binding. Get it centered in there, tap it in, then press the frets in and just lather, rinse, repeat. Keep going until you are done. All the frets are pressed in. Now I have to clean up the ends, and I'm using the StewMac fret wire cutter and then also a set of fast cap fret cutters. And this pair of fast cap cutters are from 2015, I think it was. The old pair does work on stainless steel fret wire. Now I'm doing some fret end filing. I have my homemade little bevel blocks, 10, 20 degree on this block, and the other block is a 0 and 30 degree. Typically I only knock it back to 20, but this one I also touch just the edges with a 30 degree just to help get the round started. There are a lot of different types of threaded inserts in guitar bodies. Some are pretty shallow, some are really long. Some have a bottom in them. This particular set is an open type insert. It's just a long tube with threads in the inside. So what I do is I have a little spacer that I drop down inside of it, and I thread post or the screw in there. As I turn the screw in, it basically lifts the insert out. This will not work if you have a captive bushing or insert, something with a bottom in it. So, or a threaded in insert, it won't work on those either. But for this type of simple pressed in, it's genius. And I didn't think of it first. Nope. I was going through a little withdrawal. I hadn't sanded anything in like an hour or two, and I was just like, I got to sand something. So I grabbed this guitar and just started making dust everywhere. It's just crazy. Oh, no, wait a minute. I did this so I could actually remove the binding. Okay, that's the reason. But there's more sanding that will follow. It was fun to get a start on it. Here I'm using a kind of old binding router contraption. This is like my third version of it. I'm just skating around the outside. I'm trying to use the router to cut away the factory binding. As we'll discuss here in just a moment, it was giving me kind of iffy results and had to take another step, or maybe a step back, to take a step forward. Sounds about right. Okay, we have sanded the edges with the oscillating spindle sander, then smoothed them out and got a nice shape to it using an orbital sander, my favorite tool. Got everything nice and clean. Got 99% of the sealer off of the edges, so I'm close. Got down to bare wood in a couple spots, and that's okay. We'll fix that as we go ahead. Then I was able to go back to the binding router contraption and cut away all the factory binding. You have a nice square clean edge to bond new binding into this channel. It's not a channel, it's a rabbet. It's a notch. We'll go with that. So I think we're about ready to bond new binding to the body as we continue the next project. Prep the binding by scraping the glue side or the bonding side of the binding just to remove the shininess and make it a little smoother, more level. Also scrape the edge that will be down against the body. It's nice and square, doesn't have a weird angle or burrs or flashing or whatever it might have. Everything is prepped and ready. Then I used my heat gun to kind of pre-shape the binding to get it to roughly fit the body. And now I'm going around adding acetone with both a brush and a syringe to soak both the wood and the bonding side of the binding so it melts it right to the body, using a lot of tape. I probably could have used more tape, but I actually ran out and I had to go some standard masking tape there, which is not the best for this, but use what you have. And just when you thought I would be done sanding, I break out the sander again and go right back at it. So much fun. I really, really need a different hobby. I really do kind of hate this oscillating sander, but I like it more now because I looked into, I think it's a surf prep sander, which is basically a better version of what I have here. Because everybody's raving about those. I was like, maybe it would make my life less miserable, having a better sander. Well, I looked at the price. Yeah, I'm keeping this old, what is that thing? Is that Porter cable? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'm not upgrading anytime soon. I need to get a better job, perhaps, or different hobby. We have the new binding on the body all the way around. I've got it scraped back to within like 10,000ths of an inch or so of the surface. That gives me a chance to do final sanding and clean up scraping and everything. I decided to go ahead and sand the rest of the guitar where it was black. And as I was sanding away the back, I was like, man, that's really nice looking wood. It's a nice chunk of mahogany. And as I was sanding, I was like, oh, I bet it's a veneer. Because I repainted an Epiphone guitar last year or the year before, I don't remember. And I sanded away the top finish on it and ran into this beautiful chunk of mahogany on the cap. And I was like, well, that's strange. It's a maple cap, but it had a mahogany veneer on the maple cap on a mahogany 3-piece body in this case with a mahogany veneer over the mahogany 3-piece body on a maple cap with a mahogany veneer. What? I can only guess why they do this. It's probably, possibly, perhaps to ensure that they don't have any witness lines coming through where they glue their multiply bodies together. Just a guess. Not a bad idea, really. So anyway, I'm surprised and I'm not. I've experienced this before and I forgot about it. I was really kind of surprised on the back to see it, but that's kind of cool. Now, the problem with working on my own things is I continually change the plan as I go. I'm thinking about doing a ghost burst around the edge of this and leaving this nice veneer as the back of the guitar. I don't know what I'm doing. Might do that. I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I doing? I don't know. Let's get back to the next project. After all the work of making the neck and getting the fingerboard on it and the frets in it, I still need to refine the fit of the neck into the body, and this always makes me nervous because a little adjustment can make a huge difference, and I'm always afraid that I will overshoot where the neck fitment needs to be, and I'll end up with either a really sloppy fit or it's just pointing in the wrong way and the strings won't hit the bridge where they need to, and you name it. Just about anything can go wrong, but I'm taking my time. I'm making small adjustments, sanding just a little bit or scraping just a little bit, trying to sneak up on where it needs to be. And honestly, it went pretty well. But I almost drove myself crazy chasing this. Oh my gosh. And because I know myself so well, I don't trust myself, and I know I drill holes in the wrong place and cut on the wrong side of the line and all those fun things. I'm a human. I think I've said before, I'm not a very good one. So I'm rechecking again, and finally I just decided to bite the bullet, break out the tight bond, smear it all over everything. Nope, I don't have any hide glue. I squished the neck down in the hole, fumbled around. I had my clamp sitting right there, trying to wipe off some glue. Then I tried to clamp the guitar to that little mat that I have laying underneath it. Oh, man. I felt like I was having to run 100 miles an hour, but I had time. It all went well. I just panicked. Well, we once again have a one-piece guitar. Kind of looks like something someone would be throwing away, something you'd find in a trash can right now, but we're putting it back together, right? That's what we're doing. The neck is glued into the body permanently now, so that's good. The alignment turned out really good. Actually, I was like, oh, it's gonna be within about a 0.5 millimeter of alignment, and I've got my high-tech precision machinist alignment thread on there, which is actually dental floss I got at the dollar store. And the neck alignment of the string path from the bridge to the nut is looking good, really good. The action height is going to be great. I've got the bridge decked and my string height will be good here. That's not the nut that's going in this guitar, but it's good enough for this alignment bit of the process. overall, I'm very happy with it. Still got a lot of work to do. We have sanding and sealing and painting and putting it all back together yet to come. So don't go too far away because that stuff will be coming up soon. Thank you for sticking with me through this project and any others that you've been watching. I appreciate that too. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. That will help the channel out, helps it grow. Hit the thumbs up button. That helps YouTube know that you like content like this, and they'll try to feed you other videos, not just mine, but other people who do crazy stuff like this for your viewing pleasure. Ring the bell for future notifications when I release other content of projects like this, or tools, or whatever it is I'm up to. I don't know. Got a lot going on. Leave comments. I'd greatly appreciate that. I love hearing from everybody all around the world. We've got a great family that continues to grow. People who are interested in doing unnecessary things like this. Good crew. Until next time, take care of yourself and those around you. Bye.